Have you ever come across a situation in life when you badly wanted to do a particular thing but decided otherwise and went ahead with not doing so? Well, if it is so, you are not alone. I'm sure you all must have had your situations like this. In life, we often stand at crossroads when we have to decide whether to go for a particular thing or step back. There are two conflicting inner voices within us, one which can make us and the other which can break us. Based on the dominating voice, we choose and take decisions, leaving the option not taken at times makes your near and dear ones unhappy. Not choosing what you really wanted will also make you sad. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. I'm going to share with you some of my moments where I had to make choices. When I was a child, I remember my mother telling, "बेटा, खाना तो तुझे खाना ही है, चाहे रो के खाओ, चाहे हंस के खाओ. The choice is yours." She also used to say, if you let the barking dogs stop you, you will never reach your destination. I was brought up in a semi-liberalized family. When I revealed that I wanted to join the armed forces, there was huge resistance. "Shut up!" immediately came the reply. "What will you do joining the army? Leave aside girls, even boys are not there from our family." I started arguing. "Why, Papa? I can do it. I can be the first in the family." But he did not budge. The voice inside me was telling me to go for it, but the other voice prevailed, and I kept quiet. I did my engineering thereafter. Once, few guests had visited us at home. During our conversation, my father said, "बेटा, मैडम तो तुझे बनना ही है, either by virtue of yourself or by virtue of your husband. The choice is yours." After marrying me to an officer, I would be addressed as ma'am, right? This line of his hit me somewhere. It shook me from within. It was a moment that stirred my soul. I had to make a choice. In life, you always have two choices. Either you sell or get sold. From the time you get up in the morning until the time you go to bed at night, you are continually negotiating, persuading, communicating, or influencing, and trying to get people to cooperate with you to do the things that you want them to do. Either you convince others with your arguments or ideas, or you get convinced. Everything we do in life requires selling. You are either the one selling or being sold to. Take the example of a small child asking his mother about eating chocolate. Case 1. The mother scolds the child, explains to him that chocolate is not good, not now, or something. The child buys the idea, goes away silently. Case 2. The child starts throwing tantrums, screams loudly, rolls on the floor, etc., etc. Now the mother says, okay, eat the chocolate." To cut a long story short, after my engineering, I started preparing for my engineering services at Delhi. But deep inside, my desire to join the armed forces was burning. So one fine day, I saw the advertisement for joining the Indian Navy. This time I thought, come what may, I will have to sell the idea of joining Indian Navy to my father. You must be aware of what would have been the answer to my idea. But salesmanship starts when the customer says no. I was hell-bent this time. I will not let my father sell his idea. No is the first step to yes. No? Maybe. We'll see. Yes. I convinced him finally. Cleared my services selection board SSB, and on 9th August 2004 I entered the gates of Naval Academy Goa. 4 months of rigorous training in the academy. Once during my training period, I got the liberty to visit Panjim. I saw a billboard on the streets of Goa. Do you have it in you? Yes, yes, I have it now. In short, everyone has a story that gives two choices: sink or swim. You always have a choice to keep attending to the energy suckers, dream stealers, naysayers, or to ignore those voices and move towards your vision. You march ahead knowing soon those voices will be a distant past. I know it's easy to say, difficult to do, but it's a choice. Who is going to win? The people or your dream? It's going to be the one you feed. You can't feed both. So whatever energy you have used to explain, justify, get angry, bitter, resentful, whatever, could have been used as energy towards your success. Stop being a victim. Stop blaming and complaining. When I joined Navy in 2004, permanent commission was not given to women in the armed forces. So when we were contemplating to go to Supreme Court for grant of permanent commission to women officers, again two voices were doing jugalbandi inside my mind. But then I thought that way back in 1992, someone must have fought for getting entry of women in the armed forces. They sowed the seeds and we bore the fruits. And therefore, it is my duty to be part of the case for permanent commission. We may or may not reap the benefits. So what? Someone else will. Shades of the tree under which we sit today were planted long back. Now we can see girl cadets entering Sainik schools and NDA too. Sometimes you make a choice for a cause. You do what you feel was true to your soul. We consciously use only 5 to 10% of the brain. Rest is subconscious. There sits the little voice, the inner voice or resistance. You can call it whatever. This resistance loves hesitation. The only person who can beat your resistance is you. Take that leap of faith. Have that courage. You have to win the war between your ears in 30 seconds. Otherwise, resistance takes over. This little voice is driven by emotions and fear. Fear has two meanings, we all know. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Again, the choice is yours. Let me share with you all 3 things that hold us to make correct choices in our life. First, perfectionism. General George Patton, he had said, "A good plan executed well in time is better than a perfect plan never executed." Perfectionism, my dear friends, is nothing but procrastination in high heels. We sometimes analyze too much. Paralysis by analysis? Take action now. Take that uncomfortable step. Take that leap of faith. Perfect doesn't exist. The right time doesn't exist. Feeling 100% ready doesn't exist. Stop waiting for things that don't exist to start. When is the better time? Now? If not now, then when? One day or day one? The choice is yours. Whenever I was assigned any task, I always used to say to my colleagues that I have given my best in the given time and the available resources. Earlier, we had ready, aim, fire. But now, ready, fire, and then adjust. Launch, then tweak. Start half-baked. No issues. Start before you are ready. You should be willing to let go of doubt, fear, perfectionism, procrastination, your genuine excuses, and gain the understanding that you can tweak stuff along the way after getting real-time feedback. Come on, set a date and go for it. Don't let resistance win. The second, fear of being judged. सबसे बड़ा रोग, क्या कहेंगे लोग? In the end, my dear friends, people will judge you anyway. So don't live your life impressing others. Live your life impressing yourself. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, but don't pay attention to them. Their opinions are not my gehna. Ladies and gentlemen, I work for the person in the mirror. I do not work for anyone's approval. Of course, we love approval. We like encouragement. But wherever you work and whatever you do, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, did I do a good job today? And if the mirror approves, only then should you sleep. The third one, comfort zone. Growth and comfort do not coexist. So if you never step out of your comfort zone, how will you ever know how far you can go? When I left the armed forces, I was not comfortable using the social media, Zoom, or for that matter, anything. I learned something, posted it, and then learned something. Again posted it. So, when I look back at my first post, I can see the difference. I'm a lifelong learner. Allow me to tell you something I read. People are more comfortable with a familiar discomfort than they are with an unfamiliar new possibility. This has been said by Lisa Nichols. Very rightly said, isn't it? Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And preparation doesn't happen in comfort zone, right? Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Move from your comfort zone to growth zone. Marshall Goldsmith has rightly said, what has got you here will not take you there. Rolling stones gather no mass. Upskill, stay dynamic, don't be stagnant. Ultimately, to live a life of choices and not of compulsions is Ikigai. Listen to your voices carefully and make choices accordingly. Don't compare chapter 1 of your life with someone else's chapter 15. Take decisions for your future self and not your past self. Past self will always present some reason, some excuse why you must not do something. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Only you hold the key to your true potential. You should trust the next chapter of your life. You know why? Because you are the author. You can always pick up the pen to your life and write a better story. Remember? Tweak. Yes? Start living a different life. Not expecting perfect conditions to start, but starting despite conditions not being perfect. I chose to swim. Come on, you deserve so much better. But it's your job to sink or to swim. The choice is yours.